Welcome to FedScoop TV. I'm Wyatt Cash, and we're here today at the Public Sector Innovation Summit. And our guest today is Coby Holloway. Coby is Vice President for Cloud Computing and Digital Transformation Services with SAIC. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Wyatt. Glad to be here.
Terrific. Wanted to start off by getting your take on what you think of when we talk about innovation. It's used often in many contexts, but how do you view it?
Yep, absolutely. So when I think about innovation, I think about the ability to challenge the status quo and create a better outcome by helping people redefine or re-understand their reality. So if you look at not just technology, but the ability to influence, the ability to build relationships, the ability to create coalitions and partnerships, these are all dimensions of disruption, which to me are the heart of innovation. Taking what we think we know to be true and challenging those ideas and being able to create better outcomes, that to me is innovation.
Mm-hmm. Terrific. Next, I'd like to explore a little bit of your sense for cloud computing and mobility.
Sure.
Both bring a new level of opportunities for innovation. How do you see them helping the public sector?
Absolutely. So cloud mobility really equal access, right? At the end of the day, what you're talking about is getting the needs of the public sector met more quickly and efficiently and to a broader community. So one great example at SAIC is our training and simulation capability. So this is a need that you see across the entire public sector. What we've done is taken VDI technology and public cloud and combine those things to deliver training and simulation services to communities that otherwise wouldn't be able to get to them. For example, the soldier deployed in the field. We can take the 3D GPU virtualization capabilities of modern VDI platforms and deliver high-end visualization, high-end training simulation scenarios, and combine that with cloud to deliver that globally and on demand to the warfighter in the field who may need to pick up a new skill or capability while deployed. That's one example of combining those technologies together. Another one is using dynamic provisioning and the rapidly reconfigurable nature of cloud computing to create coalitions of partners and support them with modern IT services very quickly, given the landscape of the world today. A lot of times you see non-traditional partners coming together to deal with a situation, whether it's a disaster or a warfighting effort or whatever, that need a set of IT services built securely and quickly. By combining mobile and cloud, we're able to do that much more rapidly than we've been able to in the past.
Next, let's explore a little about security. Now, these new technologies give opportunities to improve security, but they also add additional layers of complexity. How do you see that evolving and as it affects our ability to innovate?
Absolutely. So, cloud's complicated, right? I mean, it adds a new level or a new type of management structure that has to be in place. But with a well-implemented cloud solution, and I think this is really the value of the systems integrator in the cloud service provider world. With a well-implemented cloud solution, you're able to create a security environment that's frankly better in most cases than what's available currently at a lot of the agencies. So the reason for that is FedRAMP authorized cloud computing service providers, they have rigorous controls that they have to adhere to. Not only that, they're required to meet an aggressive continuous monitoring and diagnostics capability. So when you weave all that together, the cloud service providers offer a consistent and well-audited security capability that gets rid of a lot of the variations and fluctuations you see in different organizations perhaps implementing the rules differently. So again, a well-implemented, well-designed, well-architected cloud solution can be very secure and more secure than private solutions are currently. Additionally, cloud opens up a lot of new doors in terms of managing compliance and managing security. So if you think about the whole footprint of cloud from private to public, think about hybrid, and then you include the legacy architectures, what you can do with modern technologies is put a single management interface and consumption portal in front of all of that, and you can use that as the enforcement framework for compliance, for security, That includes things like workflow, security automation, dynamic security provisioning within that environment. Automation is really at the heart of all that, and also a well-curated content and image library. You know, you really have the ability to fine-tune and force consumption of IT services through a very secure framework. You know, the great thing about it is, if it's done correctly, the end user actually experiences more freedom, the ability to self-provision, the ability to get access to those resources they need when they need them with less bureaucracy, because of the heavy automation and the well-built frameworks inside of that management platform. So, you know, at the end of the day, you end up with the best of both worlds: more freedom for the IT consumer, more security from a well-implemented cloud framework.
Makes a lot of sense. Coby, last I'd like to ask, what can we expect next as agencies modernize their infrastructure? What do you see on the horizon?
So there's some major drivers that are pushing infrastructure modernization. One is just the weight of technical debt and you know, decades of legacy infrastructure and legacy applications that the government has, right? The top-heavy part of that really is the application space. So we're seeing a lot of advancement and a lot of focus put on modern software development activities. So they're really driving the infrastructure to modernize, because what they want to do is use container technologies and use DevOps delivery frameworks and consume microservices architectures and all these other advanced, you know, cloud-native and cloud-integrated techniques for software development. Well, to do that, you got to drag the infrastructure along with you, right? So the infrastructure has got to become well integrated with the management and delivery platforms for the software development community. So you've got the developers putting pressure on it. You also have cost pressures across the government and IT consumption. So IT as a service, or commoditized, consistently delivered IT services in a utility or a fixed unit pricing model, I think we'll see a lot more adoption of that from a contracts perspective over the next 5 years. That's going to put a lot of pressure to, again, integrate the infrastructure with the services, more tightly couple those things. And also, it's going to put a lot of commoditization pressure on the infrastructure itself. I think that's going to lead to a further reduction of the traditional infrastructure silos: compute, storage, networking, virtualization, all as separately managed towers. That's going to force those things to move together more aggressively. And we've seen that happen, compute, storage, and virtualization in particular. Networking, again, because it's very complex, still seems to be a bit of a one-off, but I think we'll see more integration of those things, and agencies really pushing forward with software-defined everything. So once you have software-defined everything inside of your infrastructure environment, that puts you in a place where you can integrate with the software development framework and really create infrastructure as code, which is where all this is ultimately going. The ability to dynamically provision the infrastructure out of the software development lifecycle management platform. So I think that's the future. I think you're going to see agencies move away from infrastructure integrated solutions where there's tight coupling between the software that manages the IT and the hardware that sits underneath. I think you'll find them looking for solutions that are loosely coupled at best, and options for more data center fabric software that allows you to manage a variety of infrastructure and swap that out at will, because that also helps solve the legacy infrastructure challenge of a variety of hardware that needs to be managed and integrated into new modern cloud-based service delivery constructs.
Well, it certainly sounds like we're on the cusp of having a lot of things come together to really
Very
facilitate a more functional platform for people to innovate. So it sounds like an exciting time.
It is an incredibly exciting time to be in IT, and yes, we're on the cusp of some significant positive transformation.
Well, Coby, thank you very much for coming by today, sharing some of your insights with us. Really appreciate some of the things you shared with us.
Oh, you're welcome, Wyatt. Thank you, guys.
Terrific. For more of our coverage on innovation and technology, go to fedscoop.com. I'm Wyatt Cash, your host. Thanks for watching.